Hey everyone, so I'm doing a screen printing order and I thought I'd do a video about how to screen print. So here are the steps that I take to get screen printing done. First thing I do is I'll wash out these brand new screens. Check my camera. I got a screen here and I got some emulsion here. First thing you do when you get a new screen is wash it out with soap or a degreaser. Clean it really good, make sure all the soap is out, rinse, 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 rinse. And then you get this stuff called emulsion. This stuff will harden when light hits it for a certain amount of time, and I'll show you that process when I get to it. This is called a scoop coat. You put your emulsion to a scoop coat, and what you're going to do is you pretty much pour this on an angle against this. Let me show you. You take this screen and this scoop coater and line up the scoop coater so that this emulsion will come out evenly. Press it up against the screen, lean the screen forward. Once the emulsion is against the screen even, just press down, pull up evenly across the screen. You always want to start with this back side first, and I tilt it like this, let it run down. Scoop it up a little extra so you don't get too much runoff. Spin it around, then you do the inside so that most of your emulsion is inside or pushed out against the back of the screen. That's where you want to have your main amount at. This is how you do it. Same thing. I only do one coat on each side. Some people will do more than one. I don't need it. And the same thing on the side. Get up to the edge almost. Bring it back so this stuff comes in. And you got it. You want to make sure you put this face down. I've got a little thing here I've made. Pass both this thing up like this. You want the back side facing down. Emulsion dries level, even, against. Okay, so I got two of those dry now. Okay, so now that I've got the emulsion dried, I measured out exactly on the two different screens, on each screen. It's hard to see them in the dark. I measured out exactly where they're going to go, and now I'm going to cure them with this light I have. This is an old 1000 watt metal halide, I think, but it takes about 8 seconds. So I'm going to flash this thing. You're going to want to cover everything up. There's different setups people have. Just make sure this is super flat. I like to take a piece of glass that I got, come off the actual hood, and I put that right over this. So that stays really flat and flush. I gotta cover this to make it light proof, and I'll turn this light on to warm it up. After the light's warmed up, I will pull the stuff off over the top, which what I usually use is just a piece of cardboard and a black bag. It's important that this light is not moving at all. I built this stand for it, you can see it, and it's important that it doesn't move at all during the process, or you'll get a bad image. So what happens is the light, the shadow behind the negative of that image will stay uncured. Everything else will get hardened, and I'll be able to wash that out in the sink. So I will tune in after that step. Alright, so I got the thing covered, and I pack a bag around it so no light gets around. This is obviously a makeshift way to do it, but it works great. And if you can find one of these things, you can find them at old garage sales and stuff, and they work good. Just 1000 water. What I do is I'll set a timer on my phone, which I'm recording with, so I can't record that while I'm using the timer. I'll do a stopwatch for 8 seconds. So as soon as this light warms up all the way, it'll be super bright. Look at this thing, ridiculous. And I wear sunglasses too. Keep your eyes accustomed to the dark, because as soon as you unplug that, if you don't, you're in a dark room, and you gotta stay in a dark room until everything's washed out all the way. So as soon as that's done curing for 8 seconds, I will take the negative off. I pull the plug on the light immediately at 8 seconds. That works for me, and sometimes it takes different amount of time depending on how far away your screen is from the light. 8 seconds works good for me though. And then I'll take it over to my sink and get it wet and let it sit wet for a second, and then I'll start spraying it out. Alright, so this part's really cool. I wanted to show you guys. So then you find out whether it works or not. Low pressure. I find that just getting it wet at first really helps. Just kind of soak stuff that's not cured. On both sides. Once it's pretty wet for a couple minutes, go ahead and increase the water pressure a little bit. Let's see if I get a better shot. Alright, I put this phone down, guys. Cool. It's washed out great. Hold it up to the light so you can kind of see it better. I'll show you in the light too. Alright, so we got these screens all ready. They got them lined up on the press and I've already started printing. Thought I'd shoot back and get some more video of what's going on. I got the red over here and the white right here. Alright, let's take a close look. There's the white layer down. Nice definition on everything. Just with the fresh red. Yeah. Bloody.